Well, the mental health, that's the purpose. But we're getting our sand. I've just got sand over myself. Okay, so we've done this walk most afternoons or most mornings. Didn't do it this morning actually, guys. I had Pilates this morning. Let's held that up. Sand shoes. So this is not a regular thing that it is a regular thing, sorry. I do walk a couple of times a week on the beach here in Redcliffe in southeast Queensland. I'm smashing my shoes together because there's sand everywhere and I've got them all on me now. Let's get my other shoes off. So we are doing a 30k walk, which is about 18 miles next Friday. And it's for mental health. My mental health, everyone's mental health. Raising awareness, okay? Did this yesterday. Okay, let's go properly. So, taking you for the ride. There we go, that's better. It's a bit chilly this afternoon, guys. Yesterday was lovely. So I've just finished work. So, gotta go exercise, don't we? Oh man, what is going on here? I'm using old running shoes that have kind of been worn down. It's probably not a good idea because you do need support when you're walking on sand. I'm going to get there, okay? I will get there. We will get to the beach. Okay. So I'm Dora, by the way. G'day, mate. We are in sunny Queensland. The sun is going to set sooner or later. We've got our bucket because we are collecting seaglass while we walk along. And there's rubbish, we'll pick that up and chuck it away. Okay. Next we need, I think we need a jacket because it's a bit cold, guys. I'm sooking already. All right. Yeah, let's put this jacket on. That way we're comfortable while we walk. That feels better. Right, bottle of water, keys. Lock car. Lock car. Car lock. Okay. Let's hit the beach, guys. Let's hit the beach. Hey, I'm Maya. How you going? So we are training for a 30-kilometre walk, which is about 18 miles on sand. It's happening next Friday. So I've been doing these lives for the last 2 weeks, taking you on my training with me. So this is Redcliffe in southeast Queensland in Australia. So first decision, are we going to go left or are we going to go right? Decisions, guys. I think we're going this way this time. Every day I try to do a different way. I mean, I go both ways eventually. So while we walk, we're looking on the ground to see seaglass. And if there's any rubbish, we'll pick that up too and chuck it away. But it's a beautiful afternoon here. We'll get the sunset glow soon happening. We won't see the sun setting. The sunset's on the other side of the peninsula. So Redcliffe's a bit of a peninsula. And this is south. So this is Moreton Bay. And just behind there, well, if I zoom in a bit, you can see Moreton Island. So it's a beautiful little place to live. I've lived here pretty much most of my life. I have moved away to live in different countries. So I once lived in Ireland for about 3 to 4 months. It was crazy over winter. It's where I learnt to drink alcohol. It was quite the experience. Made some great friends. I was selling timeshare. So then I went with the same people and I went and worked in Cape Cod in Massachusetts. So I stayed there for 3 months and that didn't really work. So then I went to Cancun and stayed there for about 7 months and loved Cancun. So Cancun's in Mexico. So Cancun has got this amazing, the water is just turquoise. I don't know, I can't even explain the water. It's just amazing. The beach is gorgeous. Oh, yeah. Cancun, amazing, amazing, amazing place. And where else have I lived? That's it. Oh yeah, no, I've been back to Mexico to live. So I was there when I was 25 years old, stayed for 7 months, made some awesome friends and connections. So then, fast track my life, I found myself in a interesting situation in my life that I've talked about on this chat. Oh, sorry, I've talked about this on my lives before, so I won't get into it now. And then I ended up with another opportunity to be able to go back to Mexico. So I went back, and this time I was in the same kind of region, which is like the Yucatan Peninsula, the Caribbean side of Mexico. So Cancun's kind of to the north. I went south, and I was living in a place called Puerto Venturas. Absolutely stunning place. That's sea glass, but that's really, really thin. We'll pick it up anyway. Rudy. It's 1:27 a.m. Okay. Why are you up? It is 4:30 p.m. on Tuesday afternoon here. Oh, thanks for jumping on the live. Picking up some sea glass and having a chat. That's a nice little bit. Sea glass. So I'm picking up sea glass because at the end of my training, which will be next Thursday afternoon, and then my walk is next Friday, where I'm walking 30 kilometres or 18 miles, depending on where you live. So I'm going to then try to make some kind of sea glass something. So I've got many suggestions, and yesterday I met a guy when I was walking on the beach that actually has made sea glass jewellery for his daughter, and he showed me a picture of it, and it looks like I could, I think it looks doable, that I could even give that a crack. So I'm really kind of excited about the ideas of what I could do with this sea glass. I've got a fair bit of it in my bucket already, but I've got heaps of it in the car, I've got heaps of it at home, all just from these beach walks that I'm doing. So I think it really is it also will be significant, because I'm doing these walks for a friend of mine who's not here anymore. So she lost her battle with mental illness. So that's why these walks are walking with purpose, because, well, she's not here to do this anymore. She struggled with mental health a lot. And I've talked about her on the different lives I've done. And some of you guys that have been following me along know all about it. And it's also important that I just talk about mental health, because it's all about our own mental health too. Like, we might not actually have a mental illness, so to speak. But, it's important to keep yourself mentally happy. Like, things running. Like, we look after our body by putting, food and drink into it, like food and water into it, because that's what we need to function and sleep. But then we also need to look after our mind. So we all know that, you need to calm our minds, because sometimes in this world that we're living, it can get a bit chaotic. So much coming at us. The internet is so fast. Everything's fast. We're like busy being busy these days, guys. And I'm completely, I'm there. I'm busy being busy, running around doing this and that. When really, if I just put down the phone, I'd probably have all this extra time on my hands. So it's important to like rest your mind. So I've been doing a bit of meditation through these last couple of weeks too to help me calm my mind and just get myself in a oh sorry, I'm just choking here on air. In a better kind of state of mind and being calm. I'm a pretty hyper kind of person. If you look at my videos, I'm always kind of doing something. You should see my camera roll. It's even worse. Oh, so anyway. So I really like these walks. The walks actually help calm me, to be honest. And, you know, sometimes people jump on these lives and have a listen. They like the sound of the ocean. Some people said they like the sound of my voice, which is kind of funny because I think my voice sounds funny. So I've got an Australian accent, guys, if you've just jumped on. I'm Australian. Born in Brisbane Hospital. So I am definitely a Queenslander. So Brisbane is like 30 minutes south of where I am right now. Redcliffe's a nice little peninsula. It doesn't have the surf beaches like the Gold Coast or the Sunshine Coast. But it's very nice. So you want to say hello in the chat? Tell me about, you know, where you live. It's always interesting finding out where people live and getting a little bit more knowledge on, you know, different locations. Sometimes I get people from, there's a guy called, what's his name? He's from Iowa. Phil? I think it's Phil from Iowa. Deb, she's from Texas, Spring, Texas. There's a guy called Craig. He's from Stanthorpe, which is about 2.5 hours from here. There's a guy called Matt. He's from Cheshire in the UK. I've got a guy that's sometimes jumps on the lives. He's Paul, and he's from Phillip Island. As you know, every time they get on, you know, it's always good to ask what they've been up to and get more knowledge of these kind of places. Obviously, I'm a travel kind of creator. My page is called Explorer Dora 80. So Explorer in Espanol, is explore. And Dora, we all know what Dora Explorer. So Explorer Dora. And 80 is that I want to explore 80 countries in my lifetime. So, my hat today, guys. I'm not wearing a hat. Oh, look at that blue. That is a different bit of sea glass, guys. I don't know if you can see that. Sometimes the camera focuses on different things. Oh my goodness, guys. That is a really nice bit of green sea glass. I'm pretty ecstatic about that. Yeah, I normally wear a hat so my hair doesn't go flopping everywhere. I'll turn the camera around, my hair's everywhere. See, it's everywhere. That's why I wear a hat. And it keeps my head warm too. I completely forgot, could I? Oh, I don't know. Oh well, there's worse things in life, guys. I can just deal with my hair everywhere. Oops, I've just... So it's not easy walking on sand, guys. That's why I've been doing this training. I really should be walking up on the soft sand, but I'm being lazy. Just being lazy. Hey, look, I've been at work all day and I did Pilates this morning. And, you know, I did about 10 Ks yesterday. I went for a walk in the morning, did a live. That was a fun live, actually, guys. I saw the sunrise, then I saw some pelicans. Yeah, some more sea glass. And yesterday afternoon I came back and did some afternoon walking. And that was a nice walk too. So yeah, so some days I'm doing walking in the morning and then walking in the afternoon. On the weekends, on Saturdays, I try to do like a longer walk, all in one go, just to get my body used to walking, because let's face it, next Friday I've got to walk the whole lot in one go. It could take 6 hours, it could take 7 hours, it could even take 8 hours. I think the first year I did it, there was two teams of us. There was 4 in each team. There was 8 of us. And one lady was late, so we were waiting for her to turn up. So we started late. And then one of the ladies that was walking with us had really bad shin splints. So we were walking really slow so that, for her to catch up. So I think, we got in late. It was dark by the time we actually got to the end line. But we got there. That's, sometimes it's not about winning the race. It's not a race. It's more a challenge to do it, that you can actually walk it. Okay, here we go. Got some more. Actually, an update just came up on my phone. I've got a Facebook group chat called Coast Track. So, Coast Trackers, actually. So the actual group that organised this event is called Coast Track, and we call ourselves Coast Trackers. So original. But anyway, I just saw a message come through. One of the girls that's in the group, she's just been to K'gari for the weekend. So K'gari is formerly known as Fraser Island, which is about 3 hours north. It's the biggest sand island in the world. So most people know it as Fraser Island, but the actual Indigenous name is K'gari. And I like to use the Indigenous name. I think we should all use it's a nice name, K'gari. Another bit of seaglass. That's quite nice, actually. So she's been training on sand up there. She did, there's a really good walk up there called one of the Great Walks, but it's the Fraser Island Great Walk. I've actually done most of it, bar the end bit of it. It's about a 3 to 4 day walk, like walking 20 k's a day kind of thing. It's a lot. But it was a great experience, and oh my God, this island is amazing. It's so beautiful, and they've got natural lakes. Lake Mackenzie is a famous lake, and the water, how I was talking before about how I loved beautiful water in Cancun? It's like a beautiful turquoisey colour. Well, Lake Mackenzie on Fraser Island or K'gari Island is just as beautiful. It's so beautiful. And it's a lake. It's not salt water at all. There you go. So another bit of sea salt. Sea salt. Oh my God. Sea glass. Hey Deborah, how you going? You found me. So Deborah, I am so excited about meeting that guy yesterday and, him showing me how to make the sea glass. Did you go and look at my community post and see the sea glass? If not, go and look at my community post, because it's actually really, really pretty. And how you been today, mate? What's morning, I guess, for you? How is Spring, Texas this Tuesday morning for you? Was it Tuesday morning? No. I'm so confused. Maybe it's still Monday night for you. Your fan. Hey, how are you, your fan? Welcome to my live. We're walking along the beach, having a chat. We're also picking up sea glass. So if you see someone on the ground, let me know. Jump out and say, hey, stop. There's sea glass. Oh, there's some there. Only a little piece. But it's not a normal, it's a nice little colour. I like the colour. See Deborah? Deborah Warwick in the chat. She's my mate that she's been jumping on a few of the lives and seeing all the different nice colours. She likes the nice colours too, like me. We don't like the boring colours, eh? We want the nice colours. Obviously, the normal colours is clear and like beer colour brown. But they're boring colours. We want the nice colours. So the guy that I met yesterday who made a sea glass necklace and earring set for his daughter, he found navy blue sea glass. Never seen that before. He said that it took him years to find the pieces, and a lot of them, he said sometimes he actually goes snorkeling out here to find them. He reckons he can find full bottles out there. So stay tuned, you never know, I might actually start snorkeling out there, hey, and take you with a GoPro out there. Obviously won't be able to do it live. I don't know, can you do a live from a GoPro? The new ones you probably can. I've got a GoPro 10. It's so funny, hey, like as soon as you buy a GoPro, it's like old. Like, I mean, I guess I've had it for 2 years now. But anyway, we're up to like GoPro 13 these days, isn't it? You know, I've got to say, it's nice to end the day walking by the beach. Well, walking in nature, to be honest. Okay, that's annoying. There's some birds there squawking away. I don't know where they are. You're ruining my serenity. Come on. Okay, they're gone. They're gone. Like, I mean, no, I know I'm obviously very lucky to live by the beach. Not everyone does. I mean, like if you lived in Arizona, you definitely don't live by a beach. But you could go for a walk somewhere in nature, and it's just the same. Like it's not the same, but the same effect of, you know, just the endorphins of being out in fresh air. Deep breathing. We don't breathe deeply enough. That's another thing I've been actually concentrating on in the last 2 weeks. Because, you know, I'm doing this walk for mental health. But so I'm also trying to, you know, improve my own mental health, like, so that I don't ever, you know, have to get sick. Because, like, if you don't look after your mental health, that's when you can actually get sick. I mean, don't take that for granted, but, you know, if you don't look after yourself, things can go wrong. Just like our normal bodies, if we don't look after ourselves, things can go wrong. So, deep breathing is another really good thing to do. So the meditations I've been doing is the YouTube channel called Meditation Motivation with Marie. And look, obviously I'm plugging my friend. She's a friend that I've just kind of got to know in the last couple of weeks. And actually doing lives. She jumped on one of my lives and I said, oh, I noticed you do meditation. She said, oh yeah, no, I do 5-10 minute meditations. I said, oh, you know what? I need to start doing that again. So I jumped on and did one of her meditations, and it was the best thing I did for myself. I do meditate, but just not regularly. It's a problem. So if I've got access to her page, which is free, and you can do like 5-minute ones, 10-minute ones, 15-minute ones, just depends on how much time you've got. So I've been kind of doing a few of those a week. The first week I did 3. Last week I did 4. This week I've only done 1 so far. It's only Tuesday, guys, so probably after this live, I'm going to sit down and on the beach listen to the sound of the ocean and do a meditation. What I did forget was my earphones today. I don't want to exactly put the meditation on loud. I'll sit in my car. It's not the same, but I'll sit in my car at the beach and I'll do a 10-minute meditation. Just to finish my walk off and just really relax into my evening. Okay, so Deborah, you were able to see the seaglass earrings that I posted on the community chat? It's beautiful blue colour. So we're also picking up rubbish, guys, because let's face it, we don't want a turtle eating that. So we're starting to see some nice colour come through. The sun will be setting over that side of the peninsula. I might even actually tomorrow afternoon I might actually do a walk there. I might not walk on the sand tomorrow afternoon. I'll do a live and we'll go over and watch the sunset. It's beautiful over there watching the sunset. But this side's not bad either, even though you don't see the sunset. You get the nice colours coming through. Some afternoons it's like pinks and purples, like, you know, the fairy floss colours. Who loves fairy floss? I love fairy floss. It's so bad for you though. It's full of sugar. Obviously, it's all sugar, isn't it? All sugar and colour, artificial colouring. It's very bad for us, really, to be honest. But you can appreciate the colour. Let's go with that. Let's appreciate the colour of fairy floss in the sky. So we'll get to see that soon. Give us about 10 minutes. You stick at it, this live, and listen to me droning away. You'll get to see a nice, beautiful hues in the sky. Is that very poetic of me? It's a boat ramp. Yesterday there were some people coming in and out of the boat ramp. Not tonight though. Probably it's not as flat. Yesterday was pretty flat. So Deborah, what you need to do is you go out of this live and you need to click on my profile, my channel profile, and then you can see you can see long form videos, the shorts, lives, playlist, and then at the end it says, up next to playlist, it says posts. That's community posts. So in there, the top one is that I posted last night of the seaglass. It's very cool. Got a few people listening on the live. You want to come say hello and tell me where you're from, listening from, or watching from? Or you don't have to. I just always like to know where people are watching from and who they are. I'm a bit nosy like that. I'm not being nosy by purpose. I'm just, I like to get to know people. I like to have a chat if you haven't kind of noticed. People say that I could probably talk underwater. Confirmed, I can talk underwater. When I'm snorkeling or scuba diving, I have been able to talk underwater. I then do cough a lot of water in, but anyway, that's another story. That's a nice piece. That's a thick piece of sea glass. That'd be nice. Interesting. So some days I can find lots of sea glass. Sometimes there's a lot of sea glass and it's just rubbish and I just chuck it away. But I pick it up off the beach anyway because you don't want a turtle picking it up and thinking, oh, that's food, and having a little crunch on like glass. Yuck. And then they eat it and digest it. It's not good. Poor turtles. I hate seeing those pictures of animals with rubbish, like in them or around them, or the birds with like fishing line attached to their feet. It's just so sad, eh? And us humans, I tell you. So look here. It's harder to walk on that stuff because it's all been churned up. So when I do the walk next week, there'll be lots of people walking with me, like not with me, but around me. So the sand will be massively churned up. So that makes it harder on the legs and knees. But you don't walk 30 k's every day or 18 miles every day. But I just, I believe in the cause. It's a challenge. It's a physical challenge too. I think it's really good to challenge yourself. Now I'm going to put the camera down. I don't want to capture children on the beach. They're living their best lives. They shouldn't be captured in my live. I'll show you see the colour starting, guys? The colour's starting to go. Watching sunrises and sunsets is definitely a beautiful thing to do. It's not easy to do. Like in wintertime here in Australia, it's a lot easier to see sunrise because it's like later. Like at the moment, it's about 6:38. It's probably going to be like 6:37. So every couple of days, it'll change. You'll get like earlier and earlier. Whoa, 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 whoa. Nearly got wet. So in summer, like the sunrises are like 4:30ish in the morning. So like I'm not getting up that early. I'll still walk on the beach. I'll still get up at 6 o'clock. My alarms go at 6 o'clock and I get to the beach about 6:30ish. But yeah, in summer, I do the same. It's just hotter. It would be smarter if I got up earlier in summertime. But I like to sleep. Sleep's good for us. And that's another thing, for your mind. I'm talking about, things that we can do for our own mind and our own mental health. Sleep. Sleep is so important. Like, I'm sure you've had days where, you had a party to go to and you went to bed, like really late or really early in the morning. And then, maybe you didn't get sleep the next day. A couple of days of not sleeping much can really affect your mental state. Just saying. And then there's a lot of people that have insomnia. That's not good for you. I mean, obviously it's not good for you, but that's why but some people have that condition. They just can't sleep very well. I'm pretty good at sleep. My partner though, Diego, he's not a good sleeper. Any little sound, he wakes up. Mate, you could be walking past me and I wouldn't even hear you. Hey, Chicken Express, how you going? So what are you saying, Deb? How far down? No, it's on top, Deb. So the community post is at the end of the aisle, like the row. So like when you go to my channel, you see the videos at the top. You don't click on the videos, but you see the videos, then it goes to shorts. Then you see lives, then playlists, and then the next one is posts. Click on posts. And the first one on top is actually the post I talked about, where I put a photo of the seaglass. How are you, Chicken Explorers? I'll have to go check your page and see what the roosters are doing these days. How are the roosters? So, people, if you're listening to this chat or in the chat, Chicken Explorers do some funny shorts on their roosters. They're really good looking roosters. It's funny. I mean, I've got chickens at home, so I find it hilarious. Maybe you have to be there, but if you like wildlife or animals, it's pretty funny. Yesterday morning, I saw 4 amazing pelicans. Normally you see them here. Normally they're down here looking at the fishermen fishing because they're trying to catch their bait or get their bait. But yeah, nothing this afternoon. They must have... I don't know, where do pelicans sleep, guys? I have no idea. Okay, guys, can you start seeing the different colours? Starting to happen. The sunset hues are happening. I reckon it's going to be a nice sunset. Oh, you saw them, Deborah. Excellent. But how the colour of the sea glass is really interesting. I've never been able to pick up like blue like that. My favourite piece is that lavender bit that I got, the pink bit that you saw when I picked it up. That's been my favourite bit so far. So I'm really looking forward to when I finish this training. Maybe a couple of days after that I'll do a live and I'll sort out all the glass. See, that's, to me, that's not really sea glass, that's just thin rubbish. What is that? Someone chucked an onion at the beach? It's weird. So this guy down here I chatted to yesterday, some of the fishing guys, they're the same guys every afternoon. So you always say hello. You know, you never know, they might not have had a chat to anyone all day. So you might make their day by saying hello to a stranger. Or just having a bit of a chat. It's always good to have a little chat. So when I get down here, I will have a little chat. I'll keep you on the live. You'll just listen. I'm not going to show his face or anything like that. It's very blue, isn't it? Yeah, Deborah. G'day, how you going? Any success this afternoon? No? Oh, well, you're having fun anyway. That's right. So I haven't found one yet. He hasn't got a fish. But he said it's very relaxing. He's sitting there having a cigarette, sitting on a rock, just watching his fishing lines in hope that maybe a fish might jump on the line. I don't know, anyone in the chat interested in fishing? I'm a little bit, I kind of get bored with it. Like, there's only so much you can stand there and wait and wait and wait. I know it's a whole act of being patient, isn't it? I guess there's mindfulness too. Like, that guy's technically, he's meditating. He's just sitting there watching the ocean. Just different forms of meditation, I guess. So that's all we can go here, guys. Sometimes it's low and you can walk all the way to the point there. That's Scott's Point. So we'll walk back now. Yeah, I really liked them, Deb. They were so pretty. So who knows what I'll come up with. I might surprise everyone. I might end up being a Dora the jewellery maker, hey? Stranger things could happen. Though I'm really looking forward to doing like a mosaic, I reckon, with the many bits of sea glass and then putting some resin over the top. Maybe in the shape of a pelican. I don't know how I'd do that, but I'll give it a crack. I mean, I'd probably trace a picture of a pelican and then enlarge it. My friend has a furniture shop here and they've got a big printer, so I might be able to enlarge the pelican picture and then that would be the shape of the pelican. Then I would just start filling it in with bits of glass. But I guess I need to like think about where am I sticking this stuff to, like a corkboard or a bit of wood? I don't know, like anyone in the chat know like what would glass stick on better? I mean, I guess it depends on what glue I'm using, like super glue, I guess. I mean, super glue will stick on anything, hey? So glass super glue on a piece of wood, I guess. Or cork, I don't know. Any suggestions, anyone? Yeah, you don't like to kill animals. Yeah, no, not at all. I mean, are you vegetarian? I'm not vegetarian. I do eat animals, but so it kind of, you know, if you think about it, like it is a bit hypocritical on me. Like, you know, I love animals and I don't feed wild animals because, you know, you want, oh my gosh, guys, look at now the pink. I was too busy talking, guys, and look at that. It's gorgeous. Look at the pink colours. How beautiful is that now? That is so beautiful, guys. And there's the moon. So there'll be a full moon in a couple of days. Hey, can someone in the chat do me a favour and Google when's the next full moon? Because I'm really curious when the next full moon is, guys. I'm going to take some photos, I think. So I actually take an old phone with me. I put it in a plastic bag and then I can put it in my little bin here, because I can't really take photos when I'm on the phone, right? Because I'm on this live. But let me just open my phone. Look at this, the photo, see that's what you're looking at, right? And look, the actual real photo. So I think when you use live streaming, it takes some of your bandwidth and like the colour's not that great, but look at that. That's a big difference. But that's why I had to bring another phone now and I take a photo with the phone. I don't have cell coverage. Look at that, isn't that beautiful? That looks gorgeous. And then, I mean, that's still gorgeous, guys, but it's not as beautiful because it's taking, I don't know, it goes through the live. I know I don't use any filters or anything on these phones. It's just the normal. But how cool is that? That's with an iPhone 13. I think this is a 13. It's beautiful. I'm just going to take a video. There we go, guys. So you're saying, Deb's saying wood and then glue, sand on the wood. Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah, sand on the, like, do sand on the bottom so it looks like the pelican is standing on sand. Deb, that is awesome. And then resin on the top. I don't know how to do that yet, but we're going to work that out. Hey, Paul D, how you going? So, Paul, we have just we've sorted it all out. Deb and I have just sorted the seaglass experiment out yesterday afternoon, Paul. Well, first of all, how are you, Paul? That's rude of me. How are you? Okay, I'm going to turn this around, guys, because this is beautiful. How beautiful is that, guys? Has anyone been able to see when the next full moon is for me? You know I'm going to ask you this, Paul. Paul ends up being my little assistant on the chat. Because look at the moon, Paul. It's starting to come fuller. So I reckon in the next couple of days the full moon's on, but I just don't actually know, and obviously I can't look it up. The phone that I just used, it's got no reception on it, so I just use it to take photos because I'm using my phone to do the live streaming. First world problems, I know, guys. The 10th of July. So what's today? Today's the 8th, is that right? I don't even know. Is it the 8th or the 9th today? Must be the 8th. Did you do much walking today, Paul? Because I have this thought that I might do a longer live on the full moon, because I'm going to drag Diego down to the beach. I'm going to have a barbecue on the beach, I reckon. The moon will go up early because it's winter, but then it'll be nice to have a barbecue. There's barbecues up here. This is a nice little area here. Okay, the 8th. Okay, so we've got 2 days. So what are we doing? Tuesday, Thursday. Okay, so Thursday night, I'm going to do a longer live. I'll do a walk on the beach, and we're going to have a barbecue on the beach. Well, not on the beach, but up there. And then we'll watch the full moon rise a lot more. Oh, that'll be nice. So if you're interested in that, you'll find me. Yeah. Okay, Paul. Deborah and I have just sorted it out, Paul. So, yesterday afternoon when I was walking along the beach, you know how I have a chat to, Tom, Dick and Harry when they're walking along the beach? Like if they're fishermen, I'll have a little chat and ask them if they've caught any fish. So, having a chat to a few fishermen, and I thought I'd take a little different detour yesterday. I took a walk up on the hill up there on Scotts Point, and then you can look down at the water and it looks really nice. But But when I was walking up, I was talking to a guy that had this really cool little dog, and it had I think they're like a Schnauzer. You know, like they're weird looking dogs, but they're cute. They've got the wiry moustaches. Anyway, having a chat, and he said to me, he goes, oh, he saw my bucket that I was carrying with my seaglass. But he goes, oh, did you get some fish? Because I was talking to the fisherman. He goes, I said, oh, no. I said, I've been collecting seaglass. And he goes, I made a seaglass necklace and earring set for my daughter one year. And I'm like, oh my goodness. I said, that's really cool. I said, I don't know what I was going to do with the seaglass. I said, I've got all these ideas, but someone suggested that I was going to make jewellery, and I said, I have no idea. So I said, oh, can you tell me how you did it? Anyway, I spent probably a good 20 minutes having a chat to him, like, you know, showing me, he pulled some of the seaglass out of my bag, my bucket, and he was kind of showing me that, you wrap it around this way, and he told me where to get the wire and the clasp and this and that. And then he goes, oh, let me look at my phone. He goes, I've got a picture on my phone. Then he goes, oh, I've just got a new phone, and the photos are all been, moved, like they're not in order anymore. So I stood there for a while, and he goes, oh, I really want to show you because you seem like, you're really interested. I said, oh, I'm so interested. Anyway, we couldn't find it, and he said, oh, look, just go on Pinterest. You'll be able to find it on Pinterest. He goes, that's how I got the idea. Oh, okay, cool. Anyway, I walked along a little bit more, and then he comes running after me. He goes, oh, I found the picture. Anyway, he found these beautiful dark blue pieces. Actually, Paul, if you have a look at my community post, I've put it there to show you what it looks like. It's very, very simple. I mean, I think it sounds simple, but probably the reality will be a completely different story. But I thought, oh my God, I could do that. Anyway, and then Deb said, I'd buy a pair of earrings off you or buy something off you. So I'm like, wait on, calm down. Before I know it, it'll be like a Dora's jewelry channel. Anyway, it was funny. Very funny. But anyway, so we got some ideas. And then Deb and I were just talking again, because we're obviously going to have lots of pieces, and I'm not going to make a whole lot of jewelry, obviously, unless people are interested. I don't know. We'll see what happens. I'll make a prototype and see what people think. Anyway, but the other idea obviously is the mosaics that you suggested, Paul, and the idea of doing a pelican, because obviously I love the pelicans. When I walk past, I stop and I look at them. I don't know did I see you yesterday, Paul, on the lives? Yesterday morning I did this live, and there was 4 pelicans on the beach that were amazing. I called it the Pelican Brief. The title of the live was Pelican Brief. I don't think you're on the live. Oh, maybe you're at the end of the live, actually. You jumped on. But anyway, so obviously I'm obsessed with pelicans, right? I'm obsessed with many things. But so Deborah's like, well, I was just kind of suggesting, like, how would I do it? And Deborah's like, what you could do is, like, I was talking about putting super glue on the back of the seaglass, and then, so I'll go back. I was going to trace a picture of a pelican, enlarge it on my friend's computer, on her big printer, and then, put it on a piece of wood and start sticking pieces of glass on it. But Deborah made a really good suggestion at the bottom of the picture of the wood to put some sand, so that the pelican, or pelicans, if on that game, are standing on sand. Love it. Look at that. We're all coming together. And what's even better is it's coming from you guys. I love it. Because, I don't have all the answers. I like some help, guys, so thank you. And then obviously going to put resin on top. So, Paul, that mosaic was your idea. Deb's got the sand idea. I love that, Deb. And then Kathleen's place that sometimes jumps on. Kathleen from Canada. No, not Kathleen. Someone else. Who's that? They do resin. No, Alison. She does resin. So, so put resin on top. So, so I'm really excited, guys. So, but that's not going to happen till The big walk's next Friday. So I've got to get through that, guys. So before I get too excited, we've got to get that walk done first. Ooh, what's that? Fish that's all been taken apart. It's the bones. Oh, do you listen? But yeah, I was so excited, Paul. So excited. Like, how lucky was that? That, you know, I got talking to the right person and just serendipitous, you know. Yeah, so I'm so excited. I love that. Love that. So, Paul, Deb, I don't know who else is on there, but I've got some interesting news. Not news, but something that I want to do. I just want to share it with you and get some ideas off you because, you know, we're all brainstorming here. So, you know Jayco. So Jayco Australia. So I think there's Jayco America too, Deborah. But Paul will know Jayco. So Jayco do like vans and pop-up caravans, all different things. So anyway, they're advertising a job. It's like best job in the world, they call it. I just saw some reel. Someone sent it to me. I was like, oh my God. So best job in the world. You earn, they pay you. And, you know, in exchange, they give you a brand new, they don't give you it, they lend you it, a brand new Jayco something. Like, if I've looked at the application, if you can't, you know, drag a caravan, then you don't tick that box. But, you know, so anyway, so they'll give you some kind of brand new van or whatever of Jayco, and you're supposed to travel for a year. Not the whole time if you don't want to, but they want you to, I don't know what the timeline is, I'll have to have a look at it, but it could be like once a week you have to do a post or a video, just give them content basically. So do you reckon I could do that? I think I'd love to do that, guys. So anyway, I'm in like thinking. I have to make a 1-minute video on like why I should win this job and where's my dream place to go in Australia. So my dream place in Australia is Uluru. So not everyone knows Uluru as Uluru. It's the big rock in the middle of Australia. The Aboriginal name is Uluru, but in English they call it Ayers Rock. But I like to call it Uluru. So anyway, I'm somehow got to make some kind of video. It's got to be like a short or a reel, like vertical, introducing myself and why I should win and where I'd like to go. So anyway, I'm going to do this by the end of this month. So anyway, stay tuned. We need to work on this, guys. We need some plans. I have some ideas already that I'll start, you know, brainstorming off with you. Because, you know, I'm all about ideas. I'm also probably get overexcited and I want to do everything, and sometimes that could be a little confusing in a video. So anyway, what do we think, guys? I'm going to read this chat here. Hey, create and relate. How you going? Yeah, so Paul, how cool would that be? I mean, I'd have to quit what I'm doing right now, which is I work for myself. Technically, I mean, oh my gosh. Oh no, that's a rock. I just thought this was seaglass. It looks like seaglass, right? But it's actually just a bit of stone. So yeah, I'd have to obviously give up what I do now. They're asking in the application, I mean, I obviously haven't got the job, obviously, but they ask in the application, can you go ASAP, 4 weeks, or when could you start traveling? So, you know, I'm manifesting here, guys, okay? I mean, obviously, I like what I do currently, so I'm not upset if I don't win. But you got to put it out to the universe, how it could work for you. I mean, you know, I've been playing on Instagram for ages, like, you know, doing reels and stuff on my travels and things. So I do like editing videos. Long form videos is what I'm, playing with now on YouTube. And it's a lot harder. It's a harder gig. I mean, Paul, editing videos is not easy. I love it, absolutely love it, but you need a lot of time and dedication. And right now I don't have any time and dedication because I'm dedicated to this walk with, we're walking with purpose, right, guys? Oh, I thought that was a glass too. Look at it, it's so shiny. Okay, nope. So I know, I'm so super excited. I mean, I'm just going to put it out there, the universe. I mean, who knows where it could go? Watch out, world. Here comes Dora in a Jayco. I had this, I'll tell you a funny story, right? There's always funny stories, guys. So my sister had a pop-up Jayco. So they're one of those pop-up camper things that you tow behind your car. They're quite heavy, actually. It was called an Eagle. And it was really cool. So it was like one of these ones that it was square, rectangle, and then the sides come out. So you sleep, there's two people can sleep on that side, two people can sleep on that side. Had a cupboard, a sink, a cooker, a table in the middle, like the four of us to sit, and like seats that you can sit in. It was actually really, really nice. It was an older version, but it was really fun. It was a really fun little weekend. We had a long weekend, actually. We went to, so I'm based in Brisbane. Guys, if you're new to listening to this is southeast Queensland, and a place called Redcliffe. There's the moon. And about 2.5, 3 hours, actually it's probably about 3-4 hours from where I live, is a place called Stanthorpe. And they've got some really good hiking there. There's Gilloween National Park. So I'm a keen hiker. So I'm going to incorporate that in my little Jayco video, something, that I'm a keen hiker. But yeah, so we hired this, we led this Jayco. We stayed one night in the national park, and then we went to a caravan park for 2 nights. And it was fun. It was so fun. But I think I'm going to say that I don't want to drag something. I have a Subaru Forester, and I could drag something. I don't have a tow ball, but it wouldn't be that hard to put a tow ball on it. But like, those things are really heavy. I don't really want to be, pulling a big caravan or a, pop-up thing. I'd rather, here I am, I'm demanding right now. I haven't even put the application in, but here I'm like, I want a van. I want a Jayco van, okay? Listen to me. So like, because it's only one person wins the money, or not wins the money, earns the money. So it's like a salary you get each week, I presume. So it's not really worth 2 people quitting their jobs for, put it that way, okay? It's just for one. But Diego would come with me every now and then. So I'd come home, and then he might come with me for a long weekend, and he'd go back to work. So, here I'm fully manifesting here, guys. So it'd be mainly me. So if I have to be the one mainly driving, I don't want to feel uncomfortable towing something. I've never towed anything. And I don't think I want to tow anything. I've watched too many videos where, the caravan flips. I've even watched a couple of YouTube videos of like channels that I used to watch, and their expensive camper flipped, or a car ended up flipping into them. So that could flip into a van too, couldn't they? But yeah, I don't like the idea. If I don't feel comfortable driving something like that, then I don't feel comfortable, So anyway, I'm being demanding, okay? So if I win, I want to ask for a van. I don't know. See how it works. If you don't try, you don't know, do you? So I'm going to put myself out there and give it a crack. So stay tuned. There'll be lots of ideas that I want to throw by you guys. Okay, I'm trying to see the chat now, guys. Go for it, girl. Create and relate. Is that Reva? I'm not sure is that my friend Reva? I love the beach too, It's beautiful, hey? It's so, just the sound of it is so beautiful. You're on DaVinci Resolve learning a course to edit. Okay, cool. Deb's back. So Paul, what do you think of that? Are you there still, Paul? Yeah, they're a huge company, hey? So they're kind of selling the idea like it's more like, you know, to win it, so to speak, but it's really, you're applying for a job. They want a resume too. They're asking like, you know, your sales, your experiences, like with making videos. They're asking like your follow count, so to speak. There we go, some green. That's a nice bit, Deb, hey? So anyway, there's a few things going on and I cannot wait. I mean, I probably won't start filming anything for that till after I get this walk done. I want to concentrate on getting this walk done. I don't want to send myself going crazy. And you know, how fun is that? Like the whole idea of this walk is, you know, is to bring awareness to mental health, and that, you know, here I am trying to do X, Y, Z and giving myself my own stress, and that can cause mental health. So I'm just going to calm down. Like I said, after this live, I'm going to sit in my car and do a 10-minute meditation. I don't know what I've done with my headphones. I took them out of the car the other day and I've obviously not put them back, and I just don't know what I've done with them. Anyway, otherwise I would sit on the beach and listen to the meditation from YouTube. And look at that, that's like I thought that was rubbish, but it's actually like a sea cucumber. Sit on the beach and listen to the sounds of the ocean while you meditate. I normally just do, I Google like, no, not Google, I put on YouTube like 10-minute meditation, and then, you know, 10-minute ones will pop up. So there's many options. But lately I've been doing a page that I've just started, a channel that I've just started following the last probably last 3 weeks, is Meditation Motivation with Marie. And she's actually jumped on the lives a couple of times. And I actually met her face-to-face on a live the other day. On Sunday night, I was on live with a couple of other ladies, and she was one of them. So it was nice to meet her. Like, we're not face-to-face, but we're kind of like face-to-face. It's a weird world we live in, that we're actually doing lives online together. And, you know, with StreamYard, you can have like, I think up to 10 people on a live. So like the Brady Bunch kind of look. So it's pretty cool. Mel runs things. How you going, Mel? Actually, in saying that, I could also listen to Mel Runs Things. Mel Runs Things does her channel. She does a few different things, but she's doing these beautiful Celtic music sometimes. Sometimes it's different. It's just different music, like very meditative kind of music. So Mel, I was just talking about, this is the end of my day, my working day. I'm just doing a little walk on the beach to get some fitness in. And I said that I would sit in my car and do a meditation. And I was going to do one of Marie's meditations. But I could also even put on one of your lives and listen to some music. There was some beautiful Celtic music the other day. Oh my goodness. If anyone's interested in really calming kind of music, check out Mel Runs Things. That's the name of her channel. Exactly the same as it's in the chat there, Mel Run Things. She's from New Zealand. She's from Hawke's Bay. And it's very exciting. The other day, she did Jumping for Joy with me. So if people know me a little bit more than just jumping on a live with me, you know that I do like to do this thing called a Jumping for Joy. Mainly on the beach, but you know, I have jumped in front of the pyramids, like famous structures I'll also jump in front of too, just for fun. And I just thought it'd be really cool to do a Jumping for Joy live and I got my StreamYard working that afternoon on my phone, and Mel in New Zealand did a jumping for joy in her kitchen while she was cleaning up the kitchen. And then it was Alison, and now she's in the States somewhere. I'm not sure exactly where in the States she's from, but she also did a jumping for joy. It was like 2 a.m. in the morning for her. So I thought that was really cool. That was my first ever virtual jumping for joy online. That was so cool. I've never done that before. So I will never forget that, Mel. We'll always be connected. And you're like, oh my God. It was fun, Mel. It was. I laughed a lot. I might have even weed a little bit. Too much information. Yeah, okay, I'll do Marie's first. And then, actually, you know what I want to do? I wouldn't mind probably putting some of yours on at night time. It's really bad that we have a TV in our bedroom. But that could be a way of doing it too. Like, and have like a, you know, like you have a, what do you call it? You turn off, like it just automatically turns off after a while. That could work too. My partner is not a good sleeper, so I could suggest for that for him too. That could work too. So Mel, I don't know if you've met Deb. Deb Warwick is from Spring, Texas. She's jumps on our live every now and then and says hello. She's given me some really cool ideas to help with the seaglass collection that I've started to brew by all these walks. So it's getting dark, guys. It is now, oh, it's, I can't even see that, 5:31. So on the other side of this, I might be able to see better. I might actually be able to see the chat. I'm looking cross-eyed at the chat at the moment. How was your day, Mel? Get up to anything interesting today in Hawke's Bay? So in Hawke's Bay is in New Zealand. So New Zealand's 2 hours in front of where I am in north of Brisbane. So it'd be like 7:30 for you. You probably had dinner already. So look at the moon. Apparently the full moon's coming in 2 days. So I'm actually going to do probably a longer live on Thursday afternoon, because I'll do some walking in the afternoon. And then I reckon it'd be nice to have a barbecue at the beach. So I might even take you along for the ride and do a bit of a longer live. Just working, okay. How are you going with your watch hours, mate? Slowly growing. Well, it's not easy, is it? So obviously the lives you're doing well with the lives with your watch hours. I can't believe the stats that you got that day from that live that you got a 1,000 watch hours from the one at Mother's Day you said you did. That's phenomenal. What kind of music were you doing for Mother's Day? That Mother's Day live? So we're nearly back at the car. Oh look, someone's done like a mandala. Oh look, guys. It is, it's a mandala. Okay, let's go up at the top. We'll have a look up here. From the top you'll be able to see it. Mandalas are so fun, they look so good. Has anyone done it, drawn a mandala in the sand before? It's fun to do. With a stick. I don't know if you guys can see that. Oh, you probably can't now. Can you see that? No, you can't. It's a bit dark. If I can zoom in, you can. Someone did a mandala. That's cool. I like seeing them in the morning at sunrise. I should do one actually. You know what? Tomorrow morning I'll be doing a live while I do a beach walk before I go to work. So we'll draw a mandala tomorrow morning. Okay, let me look at the chat here. So Deb's actually from your parents are from Denmark, yeah. So what, you just had a break to look at the Little Mermaid statue in Denmark Harbour. It's so little, isn't it? I've seen it before. And see the crane on the other side. I'm just so proud of my mother and I like to brag about her. Yeah, no, I think that's cool. And your mother designed the crane or something, didn't she? So that's pretty cool. I'd be proud too, Deb. Oh, well, whatever it was, Mel, good on you. So guys, thanks for joining me on my little walk where I'm now trying to get the sand off our shoes while we walk along. Have a good evening, Mel. Have a good rest of your day, Deb. I don't know who else is in the chat. Paul, if you're still listening in the chat, have a good evening, mate. And hey, I'll catch you tomorrow on a live. I'll do one in the morning and I'll probably do one in the afternoon. I don't know, we'll see. It might just be a morning one tomorrow because I've got a big day tomorrow. I'm going on Sunshine Coast to work. So it'll be a long drive home. Who knows? You never know. Sometimes, even though I'm tired, I'll always like to go for a walk just to wind down. It's nice to do. So guys, I'll show my face again, hey? Love and light. See you later.